Hey guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to discuss my cheapest garden bed I found on Amazon video. It's been about a year and a half since I made that video, and it's definitely one of the most popular ones on this channel. One of the most common questions I get is how they're holding up, and I must say my oldest one is doing pretty well. There is some slight rusting on it, but other than that, it's doing pretty good. It's been moved already once and it's still holding up pretty great. These will rust to some degree. They are galvanized steel, but I do find these just a lot better of a cheaper option. I currently now have 12 of them in my hands. I started off with one, and then that winter I bought 2 more. So I had 3 last year going into 2021, and then this last summer I bought 8. As I'm currently making this video, I do believe they are currently sold out, but don't let that deter you. I have seen these go in and out of stock constantly for the last 2 years. I've also seen the price on them fluctuate a lot in the last 2 years as well. Some of the cheapest times when I see price dips are more so during the fall and the winter time. During fall this last year, I got them for $65 a piece, which is actually cheaper than what I even got my first one. Got my very first one for $70, but my other 2 I got during that winter time were around $85. I have seen these garden beds as high up as around $125. I do believe they currently have the 6x3s in stock, but don't count me on that. There's a lot of galvanized steel options out there, and I just wanted to make this note that this is not the only one. There's a lot of different options on Amazon for galvanized steel garden beds. So if you're very interested in this and it's not in stock, check around because I think there's probably some good options out there as well. So if you watched my first video on this subject, you will know that I did not have enough screws or bolts for that entire project. I actually had to run to my local Ace Hardware and grab a few things. It took me so long because I ran into another problem on the final step of installing these center things here. The company did not send me enough supplies, so I had 5 more screws but only 1 nut, and I needed 2 of each to finish that center portion there. I did say in that video that I would let you guys know if I ever bought another one if they included all of it, and I'm happy to report they do. Every single one I've bought since then, so I have 12. 11 out of my 12 boxes had enough screws and bolts. I think there's even been a few extra in a few boxes, so I haven't had that problem since that video. Another thing I mentioned in that video was how terrible the instructions were. Alright, so I was right. I had to completely unassemble these sides. This was actually a really stupid mistake on my part, but also they should state this in the instructions on how to put these long sides together, because if they did that in the first place, I wouldn't have ran into this problem, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. So let me show you what I'm talking about so you don't make the same mistake if you decide to buy this, because I had difficulties getting it together. I have not been the only one. There's been a handful of you guys reach out to me as well, pretty much stating the exact same thing. My husband has put up every single one of these since the day I put up that one. He's just a lot more efficient when it comes to assembly, but he really hasn't had a problem. But it is just kind of confusing, especially the first time. It definitely takes at least 20 minutes to get these things together. It states 5 on Amazon, but obviously you clicked on this video because you're looking for cheaper options for garden beds, and this is definitely not the only option out there. One of the things I used last year, I actually don't have it up at this current moment, or I would show you. I'll try to find a clip of it from last year. I have 4x4 grow bags from Bootstrap Farmer. They are really handy. I think they're around like $35 a piece. You buy 2 of those, that's about $70 for a grow bag, which really isn't bad. I really like using grow bags around my space. I have so many of them and they will probably always be used. Grow bags are a really good option. If you're wondering if they will stand the test of time, I will say I've had my very first ones for 5 years now. They are starting to get a bit ragged. I've had to throw at least 2 of them away, but I still have 8 of them from my very first time buying them. The Bootstrap Farmer ones are a lot thicker than the ones off of Amazon, I will state. They are just a lot nicer. They have handles, unlike some of the other ones off Amazon as well. So if you're going the grow bag route, I definitely suggest the Bootstrap Farmer ones. And then if you have decent soil, guys, you may just want to skip the garden bed altogether and just go the in-ground route if you're looking for a cheap option. But I wanted just to make this quick update video for you guys on these garden beds because I know I personally love them, and I think they're a great option for something cheap, easy, quick. You don't have to worry about cutting galvanized steel yourself and trying to assemble it. I think it's just an all-around good option, and I wanted to give you my opinion 1.5 years later. Thanks for watching today, guys. I'll see you all next week. Bye!